So what is the deal with intermittent fasting? Is it good for you? Is it bad for you? I've had an influx of comments on my IF post, probably because you all are looking for the thing to do to reach your New Year's resolution. And we probably need to talk about that in another video. But what I'm noticing is a lot of you all tagging other doctors, other practitioners, other people in the comments of my posts who say that IF is good for you. And here's where I have a few recommendations for you. By the way, I am board certified in holistic nutrition, certified in functional nutritional therapy. I order and interpret all kinds of functional lab tests, and I work with women all over the world in my course group program, the Balanced Hormone Blueprint, and my one-on-one private virtual practice. I have worked with hundreds of women in different stages of life, all the way from mid to late 20s up to women approaching 70. And I have seen the lab work of women who come to me having done things like extreme intermittent fasting. Now, a caveat here is, what is intermittent fasting? Because I see a lot of practitioners out here using that term and trying to draw you in because they know it's a way to sell and grab your attention. But what they're really talking about is a typical time that we shouldn't be eating anyways. So not eating for 12 hours in my book is not intermittent fasting. And that would look like avoiding food from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. most of which time you're sleeping. So see how that's kind of sensationalizing this whole concept? What I see across the board in the labs I review of women who come to me doing more extreme intermittent fasting, like 16-8, where they don't eat for 16 hours and only eat for 8 hours, are one, dysregulation in their blood sugar balance. And there actually was a fantastic meta-analysis, which is the best kind of research we have because it looks at a bunch of other studies and puts together and says, here's what all of these studies have in common as far as their results. And if you scroll back on my page, you'll see that I highlight that study saying that intermittent fasting was linked to poorer blood sugar regulation and higher blood pressure. And I see this supported in lab work all the time. I also see nutrient deficiencies in women who are doing more extreme intermittent fasting. But even before I get to their lab work, what I see are symptoms like issues with sleep, issues with attention and focus. There is an initial euphoria where a lot of women feel great when they do something like intermittent fasting, and it's not a good thing. That is you running off of your stress hormones. And eventually, when you are running off of your stress hormones, they're gonna tank, and they're gonna tank in a bad way. Now, instead of being confused by all the different practitioners who talk about intermittent fasting, the good and the bad, I recommend you do a few things. One, notice the similarities of what we're all saying. Pretty much across the board, we're all saying eat real whole foods, avoid things like seed oils, and focus on balanced meals. Next, you are never going to get a whole complete system to heal, so you're going to need to invest with someone. So